Comparisons are the fifth type of supporting material. This is the act of showing or examining the similarities and differences between two things. For example, do you remember Governor Sarah Palin's joke where she asked, "What is the difference between a hockey mom and a pit bull?" Lipstick. One way to use comparisons is by putting two actual objects, ideas, or entities side by side and examining the differences. For a speech about how to select a gaming system, a speaker could compare the Xbox and the PlayStation by looking at the hard drive sizes, the quality of graphics, the number of games available, and the price of each one. In a speech on population density, a speaker could compare the population and landmass of Rhode Island with the population and landmass of Alaska. Another way that a speaker can use a comparison is through the use of analogy. When we use an analogy, we show the resemblance between two things that are otherwise unalike. Consider these two analogies by Dorothy Parker and Muhammad Ali. Parker made this analogy about the use of humor. Wit has truth in it. Wisecracking is calisthenics with words. And Ali, who was a world champion boxer, used this analogy to describe his skill. Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. The hand can't hit what the eye can't see. The sixth type of supporting material is a narrative. Narratives are short or long, real or hypothetical stories, or chronicles of events. If you elect to use hypothetical narratives, be sure that the story you tell is realistic and based in part on verifiable fact. In your speech, you can use brief narratives, such as this news item that appeared in the August 9th, 2010 edition of Time magazine. Bullfighting has long been a cornerstone of Spanish culture, but not all parts of the country still welcome matadors. On July 28th, the legislature of Catalonia voted to outlaw the sport. The ban, which is set to take effect in 2012, is a victory for animal rights activists. Narratives can also be extended, such as this 1999 report from the U.S. Attorney General about cyberstalking. In the first successful prosecution under California's new cyberstalking law, prosecutors in the Los Angeles District Attorney's Office obtained a guilty plea from a 50-year-old former security guard who used the internet to solicit the rape of a woman who rejected his romantic advances. The defendant terrorized his 28-year-old victim by impersonating her in various internet chat rooms and online bulletin boards, where he posted, along with her telephone number and address, messages that she fantasized of being raped. On at least 6 occasions, sometimes in the middle of the night, men knocked on the woman's door saying they wanted to rape her. The former security guard pleaded guilty in April 1999 to 1 count of stalking and 3 counts of solicitation of sexual assault. He faces up to 6 years in prison. The seventh and final type of supporting material is testimony. Testimony can include quotations, expert opinions, or first-hand accounts by witnesses. There are a number of websites and books that allow you to search for quotations by topic or by speaker, and these can be a useful tool for your speech. Say you are giving a speech on reality TV. You might begin it by saying, "According to David Frost, television is an invention that permits you to be entertained in your living room by people you wouldn't have in your home." Expert opinions from doctors, scientists, engineers, meteorologists, psychologists, and others can also be used to help support your ideas. Just make sure they are legitimate and experts on the subject. But sometimes we can find experts when people live through an experience. Crazy Horse, a Native American Sioux, described his experiences with European settlers like this: "We did not ask you white men to come here. The Great Spirit gave us this country as a home. You had yours. We did not interfere with you. The Great Spirit gave us plenty of land to live on, and buffalo, deer, antelope, and other game. But you have come here. You are taking my land from me. You are killing off our game, so it is hard for us to live. Now, you tell us to work for a living, but the Great Spirit did not make us to work, but to live by hunting. You white men can work if you want to. We do not interfere with you, and again you say, why do you not become civilized? We do not want your civilization. We would live as our fathers did, and their fathers before them." Josh Blue, a talented comedian with cerebral palsy, bases most of his act on his experience living with cerebral palsy. In his bits, he explains, They know not to mess with me, though. I have this thing called the palsy punch. First of all, you don't know where it's coming from. Second of all, neither do I. Let's summarize. To be an effective speaker, you must take the time to gather effective supporting materials for your speech. There are 7 primary types of supporting materials. Statistics are summaries of numerical data. Facts are based on information about something that is known to exist. Definitions illustrate the essential properties, meaning, or significance of a word, phrase, or idea. Descriptions provide detailed, vivid word pictures of people, places, things, events, or objects. Comparisons show the similarities and differences between 2 things. Narratives are stories or chronicles of events. And lastly, testimony may include quotations, expert opinions of first-hand accounts by witnesses. Remember, if you take the time to build a strong speech, you will help your audience to understand you. You will hold their attention, you will appear to be more credible, and you will be more persuasive. Thank you for visiting the Public Speaking Project's virtual classroom. To view other modules about speech writing, go to www.publicspeakingproject.org.